Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. I am Abe with MysticGenMara.com, a small town mystic from the middle of Idaho. And tonight, whenever you happen to be seeing this, I'd like to offer your weekly elemental rune reading for the week of June 8th through the 14th. These are general readings, so take what works, leave the rest for someone else. And since we're doing general readings, the messages are timeless. They may apply to this week or they may apply to some other week down the road. So, which basically whenever you see it. If you've never had your charts read, there is a link in the description to a natal interpretation chart, which gives you your base 12 houses with all little signs and symbols, and then there's 10 to 20 pages, depending on what's all there, of a report, and there's a section in there that is specific to elemental energies. It's worth checking out if you've never had one done before. And with that, we will get started with your runes for the week. Fire is who we are going to start with. Fire covers the zodiac signs of Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. And your first rune is the Wunjo rune. You've been getting this one a fair amount for fire here lately, which is the rune of joy. Color is yellow, tarot association is strength, and astrology is Leo, so this is definitely a rune of your energy. A sign of happiness and harmony, a situation changing for the better. Fire, it's just basically saying things keep getting better and better for you. And it might not seem like it's drastically better, but even a small increase, even a little benefit is going to count towards things getting better. So it's definitely saying whatever you're working on right now, whatever you're doing, this is something to continue on because it's showing up as improvements over time and improvements each week. So definitely worth keeping the nose to the proverbial grindstone on this one because it's obviously doing the right thing. So your second rune is Berkana, the rune of birth. Color of dark green. Tarot association is the Empress, so you got some divine feminine coming in here. And astrology is Virgo, so you're working with some earth, which is a complementary energy for you. It is renewal, new beginnings, growth, birth, family, and home. Fire. These look amazing for what's coming up this week. You definitely are in the position where creation is within your command. This is the definition of genuine magic, making change in conformity with will. So you are doing the things that you have been wanting to do, and it's actually working out. It may not be as quickly as you would like, but it's definitely working out for the best, and going forward, it's definitely looking like a really positive vibe going on. They're also saying if you are in the if you've been looking to maybe increase the family, kind of start something new, there's some of that energy coming up, but there's also this energy of finding a new project or something new that you haven't done before. And I keep hearing things like painting, gardening, even if it's just a couple of pots on the patio, whatever it is. They're saying try something different this year, do something a little bit new, use this positive energy that the universe is kicking up and really push forward with it and see what you can create. So let's hop over to our Earth family. Earth is Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. And Earth, your first rune is the Inga's rune, which is a rune of fertility. Tarot association is yellow. Color association is yellow, sorry. Tarot card is Judgment, and astrology is the new moon. Completing ideas and projects, a new beginning, a time of positive energies and good fortune. And what's interesting is with Judgment, it's not so much being grumpy. This energy is saying knowing when to do the next steps. And they're saying right now, Earth, you are in the proper vibe, the proper zone, so to speak, to really take the next steps when you're ready. They're wanting to encourage you right now to celebrate the things that you have completed, the stuff that you've already accomplished for the last couple of weeks or even the last 6 months. Really take the time to enjoy the fact that, you have done and come as far as you have. Now it's time to enjoy that and look to the horizon. What are your next steps? What is the next project you're going to work on? Did you finish building that porch? Are you ready to start on the little gazebo out back? Did you finally pay off the car? You're looking to now, pay off something else. Whatever it is, enjoy the celebration of the completion. Be ready for the next thing to come along. And your second rune is an Elder Futhark. So these ones have some pretty strong grounding power. Foundation power, sorry. And this one is Uraz. Excuse me. Color of dark green, tarot association is the High Priestess, and your astrology is Taurus. So Earth, you are stepping directly into your power here. The High Priestess is saying you now are understanding your intuition to a greater deal and a greater extent. With Taurus, you also are tapping into your own energy, especially if you are a Taurus person. And this is saying staying grounded, getting creative. There's wisdom, knowledge, good fortune, opportunities. You have a lot of things moving the right direction. These two runes together, whoops, where are we at? There. For our Earth family is also saying if you are looking to have children or start the family, this is a really good time because this rune, Uraz, is also tied to sexuality and amorous activities. So when you tie that with a fertility rune, things are definitely going to be moving that direction. That being said, if you're not quite ready for the family, be careful. Use the proper protections because this week could be a very growth-oriented week. So fertility is something that when nature's saying, you're lining up for that, it's probably a good idea to take a couple extra steps to, if you're not ready for that yet, to set yourself up for success there too. But definitely, Earth, it's looking like you guys have an awesome week. There's going to be a lot of positive growth. There's going to be a lot of opportunities for growth. And so celebrate what you've completed. Be glad about the things that you've gotten completed, taken care of. You've sewed up those loose ends and you are good to go because the universe is saying there's more on the horizon that you're being open to. So now it's a matter of taking those next steps when the time allows. And sorry, I'm not sure what my deal is. This happens a lot with the runes, and I don't know why does the runes tend to make that happen. But we'll get started here with our air family, which is Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. And you guys have got the blank rune, which is it is the rune of the word or of fate. So this is the rune that means there's things that are happening that you do not first of all have a say in, or things that you've already put in motion that now you're not stopping. And it's also saying this is mystery, fate, the unknown. It's time to have some faith and trust in that the universe has your back, because at this point in life things are happening in ways that I'm getting this feeling or air that these are things that you need to have happen. It may not be the things that you want to have happen. And that does not always equal out to being a great week. Sometimes it means here's some karma clearing out. Here are some lessons that need to be integrated. But they're saying it's not going to be overall bad. It's just not going to be the best feeling week because it's stuff that needs to happen, not stuff that you want to happen. It's like taking your vitamins and eating those broccoli and things like that. You need to do it. You don't want to. Your second rune, and this is not one of the better ones, is the Hagalaz rune. It's the rune of hail. Color association is light blue. Tarot is the world. Astrology is Aquarius. So this is tapping into your energy here. But it also is saying that tapping into that energy means that you have a burden you've been carrying, especially if you're dealing with Aquarius energy. Unexpected setbacks or problems, letting things flow, disruptive natural events. Air, get into a flow state this week. Work with your meditation, work with your guides. Really tap into how can I integrate these lessons? How can I clear the karma? If it's through doing meditation, getting some Reiki, or, reading a couple extra of the Psalms, however that manifests for you, this is a week to really tap into that energy. There's going to be some things shifting. There are things shifting that you need to shift. It's not that you want to. You probably do, honestly. You want to get rid of some of this stuff because it's heavy, but it's also saying that these are things that need to be taken care of. It's kind of like you need to get that gym membership, or you need to start eating a little bit healthier. You don't want to, but the temple that we live in, this meat suit that we carry around, is making some demands. But it's things like that. It's not saying it's going to be negative. It's stuff that you've kind of been putting off, and this week it's like, no, time to deal with it. No longer putting it off energy. So definitely take the time for yourself, do some self-care. They're also wanting to say, especially since Aquarius came up, if you have emotions that are coming forward, don't push them back, don't choke them down. Allow yourself, maybe, push them, delay them a little bit if you're like in the middle of the grocery store, don't have a meltdown there. But take the time to really feel the feels, allow that karma to clear itself. It's not going to be they're saying it's not going to be super stressful, it's just going to be more of like, fine, I'll take the time. So, with that, we'll hop over to our water family, which is Cancer, Scorpio, and our Pisces, all of our fishies out there. And you guys and gals are starting off with the Perth rune, which is also a rune of fate. Color of black. Tarot association is Wheel of Fortune. Astrology is Saturn. Mystery, chance, unexpected material gain, and surprise. Some things hidden coming to light. Water. This is going to be a week that is definitely going to shake things up a bit. This is not a time for timidity. They're saying with Saturn coming forward, the stern father of the planets, he's saying enough playing. It is time to get down to brass tacks. These are blessings that the universe is saying, here, take it. How are you going to manifest with this? How are you going to work with this energy? The Wheel of Fortune is saying, you've been through your troubled times. You've had the issues along the way. This week, things are coming into light. They're lining up, which is interesting because the stern father is saying, so you've done your work. Here's your reward. Are you going to take it or not? It's not, the universe is not saying that you don't get the reward. It's saying, are you going to take it? Saturn is not going to offer this forever. It's definitely something that you want to grab on when it comes forward. So it's definitely time to pay attention to your intuition, follow those gut instincts, and if a offer is made, seriously evaluate it. This is not a week for timidity. There's going to be some strong energies coming up, so take the time to really examine what's being offered and how are you going to respond to it. Your second rune is the Thurazaz rune, which is the god of strength. Color of bright red. Tarot association is the Emperor. Divine masculine energy coming forward. And astrology is Mars. So water. This is fire energy. You are not compatible with fire in most situations unless you're Scorpio. And this is going to say these are going to be challenges. This making a quick decision, you usually follow your intuition really closely, but this type of decision is not going to be one that's going to be made super easy. It's definitely going to be one that you have to pay attention to, because Saturn is not just giving you something, he's testing you. So that's the energy coming forward with this. It's protection, providing help, good news on the way. So you definitely have some positive juju coming forward. The universe is saying, water, you have put in the time, the effort. There are things that are being rewards offered to you. The trick is, are you stepping into those rewards with clear vision, or are you stepping into something that you think is a reward because people are telling you it's a reward, but it's really not? This is where you have to be the one to judge. Perth is saying some of this stuff is fated. There are things coming in that you're not going to have a lot of say in. They are going to be happening. But with Thursaz, it's saying that there's some strength needed because there are some weeds in the wheat here. So you're getting a lot of like, oh, this is great. There are some things scattered them out there that are not going to be the best options. You have to have the strength to say, I'll take this part, but not that part, because that's not who I am. I already know that's bad. Saturn is going to be watching you. You have the Wheel of Fortune, so there's a cycle coming to completion here, but what goes up must come down, so you have to pay attention to how these things play out. It's definitely going to be an interesting week on that aspect, because you have a lot of good available. There's also some tricks that are being played, not so much negative, but testing how far you've come. So keep your eyes open for that this week, Water. With that, general vibe check-in for the week. This week is about growth and expansion. There's going to be a lot of rewards for hard work completed. This is across the board for everybody. And they're also saying that this is also a week where, whether you're having the good things coming in or you have to deal with some stuff, this week is calling karma into balance. So pay attention to how things are playing out, because there's some karma that has to be worked through, sorted out, balanced, cleaned. If you are someone who likes to do Reiki or uses Reiki or any of the other energy healing modalities, this would probably be a good week to get a session, or even just if you've had like the recorded sessions that you can find online sometimes, do a couple of those, if not a physical one, because it's time to really get your body and soul to reset. The universe is saying there's an adjustment happening, and it's happening this week. Make that adjustment and change as smooth as possible. With that, if you're new here, hit that subscribe button, drop a like, let me know what your thoughts, feelings, and opinions are down in the comment section down below. And if you have any other intuitive bursts that came from seeing the runes or hearing something, I love hearing about what other people have to think, so please drop those in the comments as well if you're comfortable with that. I will see you guys later. Have a great rest of your week. Keep your chin up, and definitely look out for those awesome rewards coming forward.